What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Ravens Media, bringing Ravens content every single day. If you want to see that daily Ravens content, make sure to subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell as well. If you want to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video, I need to turn my camera light on because I just finished actually recording. Joshua and we just finished recording our podcast, and of course, as I'm uploading that first segment, boom, news drops. Jeff Zrebiec retweeted Aaron Wilson's tweet stating, Andy Isabella joining the Ravens per a league source. So let's talk about it. Andy Isabella, first off, welcome to the Baltimore Ravens. If you don't know, Andy Isabella, 5'9" wide receiver who's only played for the Arizona Cardinals in his career. He was cut yesterday, I believe it was, or maybe it was 2 days ago, this season. And the Ravens ended up picking him up. Now, he is seen as a, deep threat. That's kind of what he was drafted to be. He was drafted the second round in 2019. He ran a 4.31 40-yard dash, and that's the biggest thing to key in on. The Ravens need big plays. The Ravens need those big play threats. Andy Isabella can do that. The problem was he was very far back on his team's depth chart, throughout his entire career until this year. Obviously, being behind, Hopkins, being behind, Christian Kirk, being behind AJ Green, this year behind Hollywood. He needed a fresh start, and he is a deep threat. I'm not expecting Andy Isabella to come in and be the best receiver of all time, but at the same time, I think it's a good signing. I want to know what all of you think, obviously, about the signing as well. So put that in the comment section down below. But when I'm looking at what Andy Isabella has done throughout his entire career, he's not someone that I think you would want to look at and be like, oh yeah, he is going to dominate. He's going to come in and be the best football player we've ever seen. That's not what he's about. He's about big plays. His rookie year, he had an 88-yard receiving touchdown. He had a 54-yard reception. He's had big plays in his career. Again, the problem is he was stuck behind Christian Kirk in that defense in that offense. And Christian Kirk is a deep threat. And so it was a situation where I was like, if you're going to throw a deep threat, it's Christian Kirk. Andy Isabella was coming in when Christian Kirk was tired. Again, Andy Isabella isn't amazing. But again, we're hurting at wide receiver. We need somebody. Because obviously Bateman, I love Bateman. I think Bateman's a stud. Duvernay, I think Duvernay's good. I think Duvernay's a very good number 2. Outside of that, we're getting no production whatsoever. We don't know even who's wide receiver number 3 because Prochet doesn't even get on the field. Even when he's healthy, he doesn't get on the field. Tyler Wallace comes on the field and he blocks. Demarcus Robinson comes on the field and he at least gets a couple of catches. That's like all the Ravens have. At wide receiver. Remember, they kept very few on the roster. That was one of the criticisms that I had was like, why do we only have 5 wide receivers on this roster? And Raleigh Webb's been getting activated recently. He's not playing either. This is bringing in a young wide receiver at least. At least he's young. He's 25 years old. A young, fast wide receiver for Lamar Jackson to try and throw the deep ball to. That is purely what he is there to do. And I think that's fantastic because he's got the exact same build as Hollywood Brown. He's 5'9", 188 pounds. So he's a little bit heavier. He's a little bit bigger than Hollywood Brown, but he's the same height. And that Lamar Jackson's used to throwing the deep ball to that, kind of size. He knows that he needs to have that kind of touch. He's got similar speed. He may be even faster than Hollywood Brown. Obviously, Hollywood couldn't run a 40. So this, I think, is a great move for the Baltimore Ravens. Eric DeCosta. Again, people are going to complain about the signing. Oh, the Ravens are only ever getting, these low-end wide receivers. There's nobody else they can get right now. I would rather sign him than not sign him. That's the situation where I'm in. Does it make the team better? Yeah, I think it does. I think it adds a weapon that can be used. Is it only in one specific way? Yeah, but at least it can be used. At least Greg Roman can throw him out there in certain situations and say, hey, run straight or run a post. And he can do that. Or you can throw screens to him. I don't know exactly how they're going to utilize him, but I think it's going to be, with that deep ball, trying to get Lamar Jackson that chemistry as quick as possible. But I think this is really cool. I think, Hollywood's probably texting him like, bro, you got to go play with Greg Roman. That sucks. But he's also probably saying, like, but you also get to play with Lamar Jackson. That's amazing. I think there's two sides to it. I think Lamar Jackson's going to be really happy because I think he's now got his deep threat. We can have Duvernay play underneath and across the middle. We can have Bateman play, at that mid depth, that inside outside, Keenan Allen type role, and then we can have our deep threat go deep. I felt like we needed it in the offseason. We didn't get it. We have it now. Andy, Isabella, welcome to the Baltimore Ravens. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this signing. Subscribe for daily Ravens content, and I'll see all of you again tomorrow with Joshua and I's first segment of our podcast recording. But if you want to check that out now, it's up on podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you, and I'll see all of you again.